Слава Україні!
Hello comrades, and welcome to Men of War Assault Squad 2 Spring of Nations mod. This is a faction show-off of all current units in the mod. Of all the current factions, there's like 18 of them. I mean, there's more. The Iraqi and Iran war that was added. I already showed that in a previous video. But this is all the modern units of the current crisis from 2013 and on. So, yeah, I'm gonna get started here by showing off the different factions. So, first we have Egypt. We have the paratroopers. Pretty cool unit. And let's see, we have the Republican Guard for the Egyptian army. We got the Egyptian Eagle or Falcon or whatever it is there. Pretty awesome. We have the Saka. I'm sure that's short for something, or maybe that's Arab for something, but or Egyptian. I don't know if Egyptian would count as Arab or not, probably. But yeah, pretty cool unit. Very distinct from the rest of the Egyptian forces. And then we have the standard Egyptian army. And what I noticed about the Egyptian army is they currently have the DDR helmets, the Deutsches Demokratische Republik, the style of helmet. I don't know the exact name of that style, but it's really a unique and cool style. I kind of wish more modern armies would use it. But yeah, that's the Egyptian faction. Let's see, next we have the Free Syrian Army, which is these guys. These guys are fighting against the Syrian dictator and the Russian forces occupying Syria, Bashar al-Assad. They're a very ragtag rebel group. They received support, I think, from the US. I don't know if they still do or not. I haven't been keeping up. Yeah, they have the different little patch. There's no specific regiment or unit. So, yeah, pretty cool. Just kind of a rebel, rousing kind of unit. Next we have the HEZ. So I don't know what that's short for. But here we have the Al Radwan unit. Pretty cool. I don't know if they're like part of Kurdistan or if they're part of Hezbollah. I don't know if that's an actual group or not, if I'm just pulling that out of my ass, but yeah, I can't remember what the HEZ is. Next we have the Liwa Fateh Mayun regiment or group. And again, I don't know who these guys are. I know nothing of the Middle East armies or the combatants and factions there. But here we have the standard HEZ army. And I'm sure Viper will leave a comment with accurate descriptions of different units and whatnot. So again, sorry for any disinformation. And now we have the HMS, which I want to say was Hamas, but I could be wrong. This is the Al-Quds Brigade. And very IDF looking kind of helmets and equipment. Very mixed mash American and Soviet equipment, as you'll see for a lot of these nations. That's all there is for the HMS, or Hamas, or whoever. This is the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF. I have more American and German equipment. I think it's a British machine gun there, but yeah, so this is the IDF. I don't know why these guys have Jordanian units. That just could have been a mess up, but yeah, pretty cool. An old World War II helmet, I think. That's what that is right there. Next we're moving on to Iran. Or Iran? I think Iran. These are the Commando Marines. These are a very clear, elite-looking unit. Commandos in their name. They have a German G36, I think is what that is. G36S or whatever. AK-47 with a folded-in bayonet, I believe. Yeah, that's them. So, and next we have, for the tab, the faction tab, there's the IRGC. This is the Basij group. No idea. Again, I don't have much information on these guys. Very cool looking unit. Next we have the, let's see, I think, yeah, the Quds Force. Quds Force. Maybe another elite unit of some kind. And then we have the Nohed Brigade, or Naid Brigades. Pretty cool unit. And let's see. I think just the standard Iranian unit. I think this is the Quds unit. The standard Iranian army. Just the units you'd see deployed to the front. Moving on, we are now on to the Iraqi army. We have the Federal Police, as you saw in the last video. These guys are pretty cool with the blue uniforms. Very American looking helmets and machine guns. Because obviously they were trained by the Americans to be left behind for the to control their own army and whatnot. Here we have the Popular Mobilization Force. The Turkmen Brigade. This isn't exactly the I think it's the Turkmen Brigade. They're the standard Iraqi army. Again, very American, very mixed-mashed. Of leftover equipment. Next we have the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. That later formed into just the Islamic State. No specific unit or group of any kind with this one, and of course they're going to have American and all types of weapons because they've looted it from both the Iraqis, the Syrians, and kind of just anyone. So yeah, very mixed-mashed. And I know they normally would have like this, their standard would be as this black-clothed kind of guy. But yeah. Next we have the Jordanians, or Jordan. Very cool unit, or a very cool faction. The red kind of camo. I guess it's more of a pinkish camo. Red pinkish camo. Very distinct from the different countries which normally have like desert or forest. And moving on to the Lebanon. These guys having more of a forested camo instead of a desert camo. Interesting flag there, very plain. Not the black, green, and white striping kind of style of most of the Arab places, but yeah. Next we have the SAU, the Emergency Force. I think this is Saudi Arabia, or Saudi Arabia. Yeah, SAU. I don't remember exactly, but these are the Emergency Force. And we have the National Guard, paratroopers, and then the Standard Army. I think I confused myself a little. Huh. Maybe this is just Saudi Arabia. Or SAU. I don't think I gave them their... Let's see. These guys... Oh, I see now. So forget that. So we got Jordan. This is Saudi Arabia. This is the Saudi Arabian Emergency Force. A very elite looking unit, all wearing goggles. There we go. Sorry about that. That was a mix-up. I forgot I kept expanding sideways. So yeah, so that's the SAU's Emergency Force. The SAU's National Guard. So I think this is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. These guys being extremely wealthy, they'll have very advanced equipment, very modern, very up-to-date. So yeah. We got the paratroopers next. Pretty badass looking unit. So I think out of like any of the Middle East factions, these guys are like the best equipped and best trained. And then we have the standard army of Saudi Arabia. So just the regular military forces. Okay. Now moving on, we have, let's see, Sudan. That's who these guys are. The SUD. I think that's the Sudanese. I'm probably wrong on that. A very interesting camo style right there. I'll say that for a lot of these factions. And the SUD. So I think that's the Sudanese. Here we go at Syria. You have the Syrian Desert Hawks. Syrian National Defense. The Syrian Republican Guard. So clearly an elite unit. And then the, let's see, Tiger Force. The Syrian Tiger Force. I don't know why they call them, so how they got the name Tiger Force, but I guess that's just who they are. Next we have Turkey. Pretty cool army. Very uniformed, obviously, due to their wealth and whatnot. They don't have any special regiment or anything. Currently, at least, as of this version. In Turkey. Here we have the United Arab Emirates, the UAE. Very cool. Another very wealthy Middle East country, so very well equipped and ready. Let's see. Moving on to the Yemen, or Yemenis. We have the Houthi rebels. As we know, Yemen's in a civil war right now. There's like 3 different factions. At least from my understanding, there's the Houthi, and then there's the and here we have the Prohad. What's the Prohad? Prohadian? You know what, let's see it. Yemen, yeah, Prohadi. Yeah, Prohadi forces. Yeah, Prohadi Central Security. And actually no, these are the Prohadi police. So a police force, obviously. There we go. We have the I think these guys are the yeah, the Prohadi Central Security. There we go. Actually, no. Yeah. Yeah, no, here we go. Let's see, so that one. No, these guys are the Saleh, S-A-L-E-H, Saleh. And then last but not least, but the YPG, which I think is Kurdistan, or a faction that, yeah, the YPG, I think that's like the Kurdistan's faction. Not too certain. They don't seem to have many helmets currently. They do have a cool patch, and they do seem rather uniformed. Well, that's it for the current factions. The mod will be receiving an update as of tonight, I think, as I was informed by Viper. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and let me know if you want to see a specific scenario. But I'll be working on more videos for this mod. And hopefully I'll be making some videos on the interwar mod. I talked with the mod creator of that one today, so could be seeing videos of that very soon. Again, hope you enjoyed. As always,